It also marked the brief appearance of the most insidious suicide weapon of the Second World War, called Ohka. April the 12th, 1945. Radar Picket Station 14 off Okinawa. The destroyer Manat L. Aberley is battling fires after being hit by a kamikaze.
The plane went through the deck and down and broke both our shafts of our screws on the ship, which put us about dead in the water.
5 minutes after the kamikaze strike, 3 Japanese Betty bombers are spotted, inbound from the north at 20,000 feet. What the Americans don't know is that suspended within the open bomb bay of each Betty is an appalling new suicide weapon. A single-seat, rocket-powered, piloted bomb developed by the Japanese Navy. It's called Ohka, or cherry blossom. The Americans derisively nickname the weapon Baka, or idiot, but they will discover, to their horror, that the piloted missile is virtually unstoppable. April the 12th, 1945. 3 Betty bombers carrying Ohka kamikaze rocket planes approach the crippled destroyer USS Manat L. Aberley. Inside one of the bombers, Lieutenant Saburo Dohi is awakened from a nap and climbs down into the Ohka's cockpit. The human guidance system is now in place. The Ohka is released. Its flight begins as an unpowered glide. 1 minute from impact, Lieutenant Dohi engages his solid rocket boosters. The Ohka makes its final sprint to the Aberley at over 500 miles per hour. Able seaman Jim Morris spots something he's never seen before.
Somebody said, "Look at that," and I looked up, and that's when I saw the Baka bomb coming in. It was coming in from our starboard quarter, and I watched that rascal. To me it looked like a flying torpedo. I had no idea what it was.
The destroyer's 5-inch mounts can't move. 40mm and 20mm guns open fire at the unusual incoming object. Pilot Saburo Dohi is vaporized. The ship's midsection is obliterated.
When it hit, that whole ship just shook all over. And that's when I went over the side. It went down in 2 pieces. The stern came down and the bow came down. Like that.
Within 3 minutes, the Manat L. Aberley is gone. 79 men are lost. The Ohka has left its murderous calling card. The piloted bomb program, known as the Divine Thunder God Corps, was approved by the Japanese Navy in August 1944. Newly graduated pilot Hideo Suzuki was eager to volunteer.
The commander described the weapon as most innovative, most powerful, and damaging, but requires our absolute sacrifice. I knew all along that a death awaits war-going pilots one way or another. If my trusted commander is asking for men, then I will volunteer.
The Ohka was ingeniously simple. Aluminium fuselage, wooden wings, and directly in front of the pilot, 2,600 pounds of high explosive, 5 times the amount carried by the Zero that sank the St. Lo. Not far from the Aberley, another Ohka hurtles towards the picket destroyer USS Stanley. On board ship, radar operator Irvin Brewer spots the strange flying object.
It was on the deck when I saw it. I mean, it was right off the water, just as low as it could get. I just hit the deck and started praying.
The Ohka hits the starboard bow, 5 feet above the waterline.
I don't know if I saw it the instant it hit, but I sure as hell felt it.
The missile's armor-piercing nose section punches right through the Stanley's 3/4-inch steel bow plates and out the other side.
They plotted that thing at 500 miles an hour, and we knew it had to be some jet-propelled thing because, I mean, we didn't have anything to go that fast.
Within minutes, another Ohka speeds in. The Stanley's guns are blazing. The Japanese pilot, perhaps killed or wounded, releases pressure on the stick for a brief instant. The Ohka rises slightly, just enough to miss the ship. Unlike the Aberle, the Stanley suffers minimal damage with only 3 crewmen wounded. Ultimately, the Ohka program never lived up to its lethal potential. The bomber transports were easy prey for American fighters, and only 7 American ships were damaged by Ohkas during the remainder of the war. Hideo Suzuki was never selected for his glorious death. Although the kamikazes arrived too late to be militarily significant, they exacted a terrible cost. Some 2,800 kamikaze attacks killed nearly 5,000 Americans and wounded 4,800 more. Ominously, Japan had reserved more than 5,000 suicide aircraft to be used against the expected invasion of the home islands. A gruesome scenario that, had it come to pass, would have magnified the immense human toll of the kamikaze.